Yo, yo. Okay. So, I had to restart the stream. Hey, the stream. I had to restart the stream because the last one, I don't know, just messed up. But we're here and we're about to restart. So I'm going to bring in a cube again. GZ, I'm going to bring that up to the surface, scale that down. And so I can take this, delete this face, delete these edges. I'm going to quickly apply that scale. I'm going to get this base shape first. So from this base shape, I'm going to fill this face back here, bevel this, just like so, and then I'm going to add in a loop right here. So this loop, I'm going to bevel, right? And I'm going to extrude this along normals. I think the extrusion along normals was too harsh, so I'm going to do it a little bit more. All right, so this is cool. With this, I will select boundary loops first and then bevel. I'm going to bevel this, shade smart. GZ. I think right around here, I'm going to bevel this, right? And then right here, I would bevel this. So on this side, I feel like this is a little too big. So we're going to reduce this cut by okay. So there's a step that I feel like I missed. So I'm going to go all the way back and try to get that step. So you see all of this right here. I want to connect these vertices in such a way that it will let me such a way that it will let me have loops run all the way through like so. So I'm going to dissolve all of those edges, and then next up I'm going to select this and just bevel to each of the edges. Bring one up here, bring one down here, and this face I'll extrude. No, I would first of all apply a sub-D to it so I can extrude once and extrude again. So that measurement is good. Then I'll add in a loop right here, tighten on here, add in another loop, and tighten on the side. So I feel like with this, we kind of have gotten the shape of this detail down here, right? I think it needs a little bit of tightening around the edges. So I'm going to select this. No. I'm going to select this Y, and then I would offset that cut just so I can have a holding loop around that side. And then right here, I'll hold the loop on this side. I would select these faces and just insert. So that's cool. Another detail that I want to capture is these right here. So I'll bevel this, right? And then I would also bevel this. If those are too far, so I'm going to SX and then bevel this. So these two, I'm going to extrude one and extrude again, just like so. So right here, I'll bevel, select these faces, select these faces, insert, and that is cool. I'm going to turn off my subdue for a bit because I want to create a holding loop out of this. So I'm going to do this for both, and then I'm going to Y and offset. Oh, I can't offset that. Wow. So how am I going to do this? Maybe I'm just going to bevel, but very, very light bevel. So that's cool. I can turn back on sub D and yep, that's good. Next up I'm going to create this hole right here. And I think just the structural, I like the structure of the stove actually, like just the way vents were created and all those things. Like it makes, I like it. I just like the look. It's good design. So this I would bevel. That's cool. Um, does this happen on the side? So if it does, I need to. I don't want to redo all of this that I've done on this side. On the side, like that won't be nice, bro. That'll just be a lot of work. So is there a way I can so select this like so, right? Select this like so, right? And then is there where I can duplicate all of that information and then rotate it by 90? So we have this, and then how do I, so do I clear? Okay, I think I have to clear this one. So all of this would have to go probably down to here. Delete faces. Down to here, I'll delete those faces. So when I select this and join, I can go into edit mode and merge by distance. And I should have, I don't have a good result. Oh. Something is happening here. Let's see. So I think there are more than, I'll dissolve, delete this edge. There are more than one faces here, and I think it has to do with my selecting. So what I'm going to do is do that process all over again. The part that I'm going to delete is going to involve this down part too. So I'm going to delete this face also. So I'm going to select all and then merge by distance. Let's see. I'm going to delete this edge. Select all of this fill. And then I'm going to just start joining stuff like from here. No. I think what next to this to mirror this on both sides. So that's cool. I feel like this detail is too strong. So you see this detail right here. And then this one. They are just too strong. So I'm going to select, I'm going to GY this in, GX rather, select this edge, select this edge and GX. So I'm going to make that detail a lot smaller. Same thing I did for that side, I'll do for this side also. So we're looking at something like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Select this. With this, I would frame selected, and I'm going to GY on this, select this edge and then this edge, and I would GY on that. So that's cool. That makes sense. So yeah, this top should be covered. So I'll bring in, I'm going to apply that mirror first. Then I'll bring in a loop right here. Duplicate that loop, have it isolated of its own, and then I'll fill that face. So this is covered. I feel like that covering maybe should go down a little more. So that's cool. In this covering, I would insert, and I'm going to turn this into a circle so I can scale that down. This is going to be the main hole for where kind of like our banner will be, basically. Scale. I'll extrude. Maybe let me turn off sub D first on this. I can scale, extrude this in, and maybe delete that face. Then I need to have another hole here. I really don't know how I'm going to go about it, but maybe I can try to insert and then turn this into a circle too. Rotate on the Z, and we got it. So this looks like it's extruded upward, and then the face is deleted, but this doesn't make sense. I do not like how it looks, so I would make it smaller. I will extrude it. First of all, insert, scale that insert, and extrude the other way. So this is how it's going to look. I'm going to select both, and then this also, and then I'll bevel. So that's fire. There's some errors I'm seeing, and I think one of them is this right here, and I think the error is because I've not beveled this part. So I'm just going to bevel this part and force that to align, and that's cool. I think also another part that is not responding properly is this inner. So that's cool. I'll select this, duplicate that, isolate this, and then I would scale GZ, scale GZ, and then I'm looking at doing something like this. I think I would GZ first, easy, ES, and then easy, and then fill that face. Turn off sub D. I think this is what that base first of all looks like. So all of this I'll select and I'll bevel. Right, this part I would GZ, bring that up a little bit, and then add in sub D. So with this, I'm going to GZ, right, and then I'll select this, separate that selection, and I'm going to form this container right here. So this is a little bit above the ground, or not even a little bit, a lot above the ground. I'll scale that down, extrude that on the Z all the way to, I think, the top itself. And then I'll delete. I'm going to delete this face. Isolate this. This face on top here is going to be heavily beveled, right? This part I would extrude downwards, select this edge, and then extrude along normals. So this and this, I'll bevel, and that looks good actually. So with this, I would insert and extrude a little, extrude one more, and then extrude again. I can insert all of that, and that looks good. I think one very, very distinct feature of this thing that I think I need to capture is this right here. So I'm going to separate this selection, and then I'll add in loops till it's square, right? Maybe I can select all of that and subdivide. Does it still hold up? It still does, but I don't think it needs the subdivision because I'm just want to check out the select. I can insert all of that, subdivide, turn that into a circle. Maybe scale that. Scale that from individual origin down a little bit. Okay, proportional editing is on. Okay, so you guys should give me 1 second. I want to close some applications so that this thing doesn't disturb us. So I'm going to turn off my screen, and I think I just need like 1 minute to free up all the space. Just give me a second, guys. Just 1 second. I'm still on it, and I should have the space freed up in no time. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I think this is approaching 20 seconds. I need to move faster. So this is 30 seconds. Um, this is 40. Come on, man. There's no time. Getting close to a minute. Okay. I think this is 50 minutes right now. We're just 10 seconds down. And I still have a lot of stuff to close, but let's see if I'm still going to make the time. And I am doing this just so that you guys know that I'll be joining you guys shortly. Like shortly. All right, my 1 minute is done, and I will soon be with you guys. Uh, all right, so Photoshop is closed, illustration is closing right now. So I don't expect this to disturb us. This was a little over 1 minute. I apologize for taking that much time. So yeah, I'm going to turn back on my stream and let's see if we're good to go. Are we set? Let's okay, looks like we are. So I'm going to delete the faces, and this is the inner ring of this. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of part of the burner that helps it burn properly. You see this, I do not want to use the sub on that. So I'm going to, so something that happens sometimes is if your flame is I don't think the agency will know, our agency people will know how this works, but sometimes your flame is like yellow and causing the pots to darken and causing all of that respiratory problems and disease in diseases in the air. In order to get a blue flame, you can turn this burner. Right, that's something I remember vividly. That was peculiar about the stove. So I think what I'm going to do, so this part is a little different. This top has a cover basically. So you see this top, I'm going to separate that. It's like a cover in a way. So I'm going to bring this down here. I'm going to insert a little. I'm going to select this, extrude, scale this down, extrude. I'm going to select this, cheesy, select this, insert, delete that face, and then you see this line right here. I'll select, no, I'll select that alone, give that a different width, and then this would have a different width. So that's cool. I'm looking at this hole. I don't know if it's a good size, but I think I'm going to scale this down just a little bit. That's nice. I would add in my subdivision back. I feel like this should go up a little bit, and maybe we'll have more loops that dips this down. Not so much, just slightly. All right, so we're good with that part. I think next up I need to model the top of this. No, 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 no.